the internet hides a darker side, where some videos don't just disturb, they haunt. These are the recordings that twist reality, that make you question what's real, what's orchestrated, and what should have never been caught on camera at all. Tonight, we journey into the depths of the internet's darkest corners, uncovering 6 of the most creepiest videos ever caught on camera, each one more unsettling than the last. Let's begin with the first. In the footage you're about to see, a deeply unsettled mother begins recording after her young daughter reveals something chilling. She says there's a man inside her room.
Guy.
The guy is at the door.
Guy.
Can we go together?
Yeah.
Do you want to open the door or you want mommy to open it?
I want mommy to open it.
Okay.
He's in there.
The guy?
Yeah. He's scary.
He's scary.
I'm scared.
It's okay.
No.
At first, the room appears empty, but Jessica's daughter sees someone she describes as terrifying. There's nothing visibly wrong, nothing overtly out of place, and yet something feels off. Focus your attention on the playhouse in the center of the room. It's more than just a toy. It's where her daughter spends countless hours, eating, playing, sometimes even sleeping inside. Jessica had lovingly renovated it to feel more like a home, but perhaps it already was one for something else.
For a house tour of Emma's playhouse. Then Emma, I'm going to show them the door, okay? She really wanted it to have a doorbell camera like our front door. So I put on...
From the color of the walls to the sound of the doorbell, every detail of the playhouse was modeled after their real home, a miniature mirror of their lives. But just days after the remodel, something unsettling happened. On the night of January 3rd, 2025, the doorbell camera was triggered. Now, this camera only activates when someone is near the front door. Yet when Jessica reviewed the footage, what it captured was anything but expected. Jessica was stunned. She hadn't expected the door to swing open on its own. If it had only been the doorbell going off, it might have been dismissed as a glitch. But then, something else happened. The door creaked open slightly, and for a moment, everything was still, until the hair on the mannequin lifted, suspended unnaturally in the air, before abruptly dropping as if something or someone had let go. There was nothing nearby that could have caught the hair. No breeze, no movement, just that eerie, deliberate fall. And it only gets stranger. You see, Jessica's daughter sometimes speaks of a man she sees in her room, a man no one else can see. There's never been proof of him, until now, because this isn't the only strange occurrence Jessica has captured. One evening, just before heading out to a dinner party, she received another alert from the doorbell camera. What it recorded is deeply unsettling.
I was just about to head out, and I started getting a notification that the doorbell in my kids' room upstairs is going off.
If the last video wasn't enough to shake Jessica, this next one certainly was. Once again, it begins with the doorbell behaving strangely. But this time, there's something different. This time, you can hear it. Someone, or something, is there. Through the doorbell's microphone, Jessica and her babysitter listen closely. What they hear is deeply disturbing. A garbled, distorted sound bleeds through, tangled with what almost sounds like a voice. But the words, they're unintelligible. It could be chanting. It might be another language. No one can say for sure. But one thing is certain, it's deeply unsettling. Whether it's the strange activity in the playhouse or the repeated mentions of the man no one else can see, Jessica is left shaken and afraid. Not long after, she dismantled the playhouse completely. But even now, every so often, her daughter still says the same thing. She sees the man. If no one is there, then what exactly is her daughter so afraid of? The footage starts off like any ordinary day at Chaohua Park. Teenagers laughing, spinning through the air on a ride ominously named Travel Through Space. At first, everything seems routine, but just 13 seconds in, the scene takes a horrific turn. A 13-year-old girl named Guan Gi suddenly slips from her seat. As the ride spins upside down at terrifying speed, her body is thrown into the air before crashing violently into the metal railings below. Panic erupts, riders scream in shock, and the entire ordeal is captured on someone's phone. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. This footage is deeply disturbing. The ride was supposed to be safe, designed with 2 layers of protection, a waist belt and an overhead safety bar. But both failed. Investigators later confirmed the unthinkable. The seatbelt snapped mid-rotation, while the safety bar, meant to secure her, had a 7-inch gap, wide enough for a child to slip through. Despite strict age restrictions, Guan's 9-year-old cousin had been allowed to ride with her, and neither the defect nor the danger was noticed during operating hours. The video of the incident spread like wildfire across Chinese social media. with users pausing and rewinding the frame where Guan's lifeless body hit the ground. When state media aired the footage, the public outcry forced officials to act. The park, which had hidden behind excuses for so long, could no longer avoid scrutiny. Records revealed that travel through space had passed a safety inspection in December 2016. But oddly, there had been no updates or checks since 2013. Within 48 hours, authorities shut down the park. They suspended all travel through space rides across the country and ordered the manufacturer to conduct urgent safety checks. Guan's parents, shattered by the loss of their only child, accepted 870,000 yuan, roughly $126,700, in compensation. The internet exploded with outrage. 870,000 for a life? How much does that park make in a month? One comment read, "This wasn't the first time tragedy had struck. In fact, it was the third major accident involving the same ride since 2013, where riders had been flung from faulty seats. Yet, nothing had changed." On December 9th, 2023, a hospital surgeon found herself in a state of panic after witnessing something she couldn't explain. According to her account, she was in the operating room recording a video for her surgical students when she suddenly stopped filming and rushed out, claiming that something was watching her. What makes this even more unsettling is that the video comes from a social media account strictly dedicated to educational content for aspiring surgical technicians. No paranormal or unusual content had ever been shared. Until now, Tiffany, the surgeon behind the footage, has no idea what she captured. But she's hoping someone out there might. This is her video. Take a look.
At chromic cat gut, the difference is, I'm so sorry, my brain. Okay, here we go, back. Okay. So here we have two different kinds of sutures, polypropylene monofilament and chromic cat gut. The difference between these two is that this one is dissolvable and it's animal derived, and the sutures last anywhere from 60 to 90 days. I'm literally tearing up right now. I saw it.
You saw it?
Yeah, I saw it. Can you please just show yourself? Just give me a sign. Do whatever you want.
What began as a routine video quickly spiraled into something straight out of a nightmare. According to Tiffany, she caught a fleeting glimpse of a shadowy figure standing by a window, only for it to vanish in an instant, darting across to the far side of the hospital. The sighting was brief, but it was enough to leave her shaken. She couldn't quite make out what she saw, but given the countless reports of strange occurrences in the building, Tiffany suspects she may have encountered the hospital's rumored ghost. Many who work there have had unexplained experiences, with one location consistently at the center of it all, the women's restroom. It's said to be the most haunted spot in the hospital. Tiffany made her way there, hoping to find answers, but initially, nothing seemed out of place. That is, until something was caught on camera. A door creaks open by itself, and then something even more chilling. A dark figure bolts past the automatic doors, its movement quick, almost too fast to follow. The way it shifts from one side to the other only deepens the mystery. To this day, only 1 or 2 videos on the account mention the incident. Beyond that, little has been said, and like many unsettling moments caught on camera, this one still has no clear explanation. In the early hours of April 16th, 2023, just past midnight, a man named Jacob is jolted awake by a strange noise outside his room. Heart pounding and filled with dread, he cautiously gets out of bed, only to face something that deeply unsettles him. Jacob had inherited a clown doll named Jeffrey, an eerie figure that always gave him the creeps. Unable to bear its presence, he kept the doll locked away in a separate room. But one night, something happens that pushes Jacob to the edge. Just before midnight, a loud bang startles him awake. He hears several more unsettling sounds, and a chilling realization hits him. They're coming from the very room where Jeffrey was stored. What happens next shakes Jacob to his core. Take a look.
I just heard banging.
As Jacob investigates the room where the noises came from, a sudden crash echoes from downstairs. His heart skips a beat as he edges towards the staircase, peering down with growing unease. Then, footsteps. They're coming up the stairs. But when he squints into the darkness, no one is there. Spinning around, he's met with something far more chilling. The door to the room creaks open on its own, revealing Jeffrey, the clown doll, once left facing the wall, now has its head turned, gazing directly at the doorway. Shaken to his core, Jacob abruptly ends the recording and barricades himself in his bedroom for the rest of the night. After what he experienced, he had no doubt left. Jeffrey was haunted. Fearing another incident, or something far worse, Jacob makes a decision. He moves Jeffrey to the basement.
I think I'm definitely going to be moving Jeffrey. With whatever happened last night, I don't want him near me. I'm going to be putting him in the basement, so I'm going to follow up. This is the results so far. I'm going to leave him here for now, but I think I'm going to put a camera here. Jeffrey's still here, so we're going to see if there's anything I miss.
Unlike before, Jacob decides to keep a close watch on Jeffrey. He sets up a security camera directly in front of the doll, ensuring he'll get an instant alert if there's any movement. A few nights later, his phone buzzes, motion detected in the basement. He quickly pulls up the live feed. The camera is slowly panning side to side. At first, he's not alarmed. He remembers the camera is sitting on top of a heater with a timer, and when it kicks on, it causes the device to gently oscillate. Relieved, Jacob keeps watching. But then, something happens. Something he wasn't prepared for. What he sees next shakes him to his core. Watch what unfolds. As the camera slowly sweeps from side to side, something chilling occurs. Jeffrey's arm twitches on its own. Moments later, a loud pop echoes through the basement as the light bulb bursts, plunging the room into total darkness. Then, faintly, a whisper, a strange, indecipherable voice speaks. Its words impossible to make out, but deeply unsettling. Nothing more happens after that, but it's more than enough for Jacob. He makes a final decision. Jeffrey will stay locked in the basement. The camera remains in place, silently watching for any further movement. As of now, Jacob hasn't posted any new updates, but the footage still lingers, a mystery that refuses to fade. In this video, a man named Connor Lyle captures something unsettling on his doorbell camera. It happened on a Thursday night. No one else was around. Connor had just arrived home around 8 p.m. As he walked toward his front door, an overwhelming sense of unease washed over him. It felt instinctual, like his body was warning him of something. Off. Dismissing it as paranoia, he shook it off and went inside, thinking nothing more of it. But later, when he reviewed the footage from that night, his stomach dropped. What the camera caught was something he never expected. Here's what it recorded. Watch closely. Just behind Connor, a shadowy figure can be seen moving across the frame, only to vanish without a trace. Seconds later, it reappears, this time noticeably closer. It almost seems to be approaching him. Overcome by a sudden wave of dread, Connor turns around, but sees nothing. Yet, as the footage would later reveal, something was indeed there. What exactly it was remains unknown. But based on Connor's shaken reaction, many viewers believe he narrowly avoided something sinister and should do everything he can to never cross its path again. To this day, Connor has not shared any further updates, and this eerie encounter remains an unsolved mystery. The following footage was captured by a real estate agent during what was supposed to be a routine video tour. She often records walkthroughs of properties for clients who can't visit in person. And on this occasion, a few had asked to see what the house looked like at night, specifically how the lighting felt after dark. So, she arrives in the evening, sets up her camera, and begins her usual introduction, unaware that she's about to capture something far more unsettling than outdated wallpaper or creaky floorboards. Watch closely, because as she records, this happens.
Wow, it's 10 p.m. and my day was fully booked with showings of this beautiful vintage 1962. Wow, it's 10 p.m. and my day was fully booked with showings of this vintage 1963 bungalow. Go ahead, do it again. You're on camera. Open this door. Go ahead, open this door. Open this door like you did the other one. Come on, just move a glass or something. Go ahead, do it again. I'm not scared.
Terrified and overwhelmed, the realtor bolts from the house in a panic. Whatever she witnessed was enough to make her fear for her safety. She later described the experience as deeply unsettling, something she still struggles to explain. But what makes this footage even more disturbing is what she didn't notice at first. Upon reviewing the video a second time, she caught something she had completely missed in the moment. Near the beginning, just before the door creaks open, one of the portraits on the wall begins to change.
And my day was fully booked with showings of this vintage 1963 bungalow.
If you look closely, you'll notice something subtle and deeply unsettling. The face in the portrait begins to darken, almost as if a shadow is overtaking it. But after just a few seconds, it shifts back, returning to normal, as if nothing ever happened. The realtor didn't notice it at the time, but later admitted that had she seen it, she would have completely lost it. What's even more chilling is that she had visited the house earlier that day, and even then, she couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. Something wasn't right. She had been showing the property to a couple of clients when, without warning, doors began to open on their own. The experience left everyone visibly shaken. It's unclear whether she'll continue trying to sell the home, but if she does, viewers have already joked that it should come with a very generous discount. Like so many unsettling videos, there's been no official explanation, and the mystery remains. But one question still lingers. If no one else was in the house, who opened the door? Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the chills, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. But be careful, because sometimes the things we fear in stories have a way of finding us in real life. Sweet dreams, if you make it through the night.